The problem is, I don't think this add-on is good because you just don't have the map mobility to chain together chases like that. You just don't have the map mobility. You just don't have the I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. Judith's tombstone is crazy. Hey guys, it's Richie. Hope you guys are all doing well. And today I wanted to show off my preferred Myers build for the PTB before it goes offline, which I don't really know when it's going to be happening. By the time this video goes up on YouTube, it might already be gone. But at the time of recording, it's still here. So this is what I've been using on Myers, man. And the core build here is really just the combination of Judith's tombstone plus furtive chase plus friends. It's just so nasty. And the whole idea here is that because Friends keeps showing you your obsession every time you hook someone that's not your obsession, you can see where the obsession is, and when you do finally hook the obsession, your obsession changes, and you see your new obsession, right? And of course, your obsession gets exposed whenever you hook someone who's not the obsession, so it's pretty easy to down them even if you don't have tier 3. Anyway, the whole point is that you just want to keep hooking your obsession over and over and over and over again. And thanks to furtive chase, haste, plus undetectable, plus the 10 seconds... or the 10% haste of base kit in this PTB of haste, you could get 20% haste upon hooking the obsession with 18 seconds of undetectable, and if you're in tier 3, you can literally just chain downs like crazy. I didn't think this would be possible on a killer like Myers that has no map mobility normally, but the 20% haste from furtive chase and the base kit, 10% chase, as well as the fact that you are undetectable, makes for some crazy, nasty, sneaky plays in tier 3. As for the rest of the build, I'm just bringing a sacrificial ward because I don't want to be sent to some bullshit-ass map. The hairbrush can really be substituted for a lot of other stuff. I think the Judith Myers Memorial, for example, could be a great option because you will pick up and you will hook people 40% faster, which screws up flashlight timing and also saves you a little bit of time so you can chain downs a little bit easier and potentially get some tier 3 resets with Tombstone that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise, which, by the way, if you don't know already, new Tombstone resets your tier 3 upon hooking someone while you're in tier 3, which is nasty. And as for these last two perks, I'm just using Pain Res, because I ain't got time to kick no gens. And Grim Embrace for the same reason. I mean, with this build, we're already going to be hooking multiple survivors, so these two perks kind of help us out for spreading out our hooks. So, for the game I'm going to be showcasing, it's not going to be live commentated because I recorded it without any, voiceover, so I'm just going to be doing a voiceover over it. But it was a truly insane game, man. Like, there's no way I was able... I'm just flabbergasted I was able to come back. And it really just shows off the snowball potential of this build and how just crazy it is. So, this has been my favorite Myers build so far in the PTB. I don't think it's going to be as good when it comes to live, since we're not going to retain our 10% haste upon hooking people, since they reverted all the changes from PTB, or they're going to when the shit hits live. But... at least for this PTB, man, this build is nasty. It is super nasty, and honestly, even when it comes to live, it's still going to be pretty good. It's just not going to be as effective, because we are not going to have as much haste upon hooking our obsession. We're only going to have 10% instead of 20%. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this game, and I'm going to be commentating over it, and yeah, it's a stupidly crazy game, so yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so here we are on the game. Like I said, this is not a live commentary. I played this game while I wasn't recording. I just clipped it through Steam Clip, and I really wanted to share this game with you guys, man, because this shit was just so unbelievably crazy, dog. This early game was so bad. This is one of the worst early games I've had in a very long time in DBD. It took me forever to find someone, and even once I did finally find her, I just had to rip through so many pallets, and I didn't get... It was just so bad. It was so bad. I didn't get a single down until 2 gens were left. That's how bad it was. So, I'm able to get some stock over here off of Renato, and I'm going to fill up that meter a decent amount. But, yeah, man, it was just such an unbelievably slow start. And a part of this, I mean, it's really just because we're on the game, and the game is Pallet City, and has literally 0 dead zones. But, like, indoor maps with the new Myers is always a bit of a pickle, I guess. I don't want to say pickle, but it has its ups and downs, right? Like, on the one hand, the fact that it's an indoor map is nice, because now you can just be in stalker mode, and no one's going to hear you or see you coming, right? And that's nice. Alternatively, though, it can be kind of hard to stalk on these indoor maps because there's just so many walls. So I'm going to be able to sneak up on this person doing a generator and get my Evil Incarnate mode max, and I will take this chase. I end up getting a hit out of this and then just leaving him. And here you'll see exactly that happened. I'll be able to get a hit before he reaches that pallet, which is nice. He'll just keep holding W, and I'm going to decide to drop that chase because I feel like I should probably be pressuring gens right now. So I'll go ahead and find this girl, and I will chase her here. I'll pop my Evil Incarnate, try to get this pallet out of the way, and she's just gonna circle around this about one time, and then she'll drop the pallet for me here, which is nice. So get that pallet out of the way. I won't break it just yet. I'll drop right back down with her. And of course she has another pallet right here because again we are on the game, so she'll just pre-drop that, and I will shred it. Thank goodness for Slaughtering Strike being able to destroy pallets. Here's going to be the second one as well, just trying to shred through as many as I can. Look, there's a third one right there, but she decides to run to a more distant one. We have a bit of a jungle gym here. She'll just keep running, just keep running, just keep running. Another one. Faster kick here doesn't really mean anything, unfortunately. It's far too late for me to go for a down. I'll go for a desperation lunge here, but it's nowhere near enough, as she's just going to keep holding W. And look how many gens are popping, guys. Look at this. Look how bad it just looks. She runs to another loop here, as they complete so many generators. She's going to drop this pallet, and I'm just going to keep stalking her. I know she probably has windows at this point because she's just chaining together these pallets so unbelievably well. And yeah, I do have Evil Incarnate back, but at this point, they have done 3 gens. Like, the game, by all accounts, should probably be over at this point, right? Like, I've just lost. I took way too long to get my first down, and it's just kind of over, right? But luckily, Hairbrush here with a faster pallet kick is going to allow me to get this down before she makes it to this other pallet, which is nice. And I can finally get my first hook at 2 gens, and now, guys, now is when you're really going to see the snowball potential of this build. Somehow, I'm going to start clawing my way back to a winnable position here. By hooking her, she's my obsession. I get a brand new obsession now. I have 20% haste, 10% from base kit, 10% from furtive chase, and I'm also undetectable. All of this happens for 18 seconds. At least the majority of it happens for 18 seconds. So thanks to my undetectable status effect, I can sneak up on this girl right here and get a cheeky insta-down on her, which is great. So now I'm starting to really build pressure. I'm going to be able to pick her up, and we will take her to a Scourge hook here. There is another hook closer by, but I feel like I probably need a stack or a Scourge hook pop at this point, since generators are flying, of course. So, with only 2 gens left, I'm going to just try to keep up the pressure as much as I can. By hooking her, we reset our tier 3 yet again, and try to go look for our third hook. So again, we have that 20% haste going, we've got that undetectable status effect going here, we're crossing the map right now, trying to get another cheeky down. We find Renato after he finishes up the healing, and boom, down he goes. We're going to be able to put him on yet another Scourge hook here, which is always nice to get our third hook, and yet another tier 3 reset. Look at that timer, it's back to full now. I'm able to see some aura here thanks to friends, and even though that wasn't my obsession, so I don't have the extra 10% haste or the undetectable, thanks to the aura reading, I know which way he's running, and I'm able to cut him off and get the insta-down here, which is super nice. That's the person that just got unhooked. I know it's not worth to chase her, because she is pretty much a superhero for the next 30 seconds. So I'm going to put her on the hook, or put him on the hook, and now I'm just going to keep chaining as many downs as I can. By the way, guys, this is all in one tier 3. I have my 20% haste back, I have my undetectable back. This is all within one usage of tier 3. Look at this nasty angle that I'm taking to this unhook right now. I know they're healing on the hook, and I take the nastiest approach angle right there so they don't see me coming, and I just appear out of nowhere. I just appear out of literally nowhere. I get the insta-down, and I'm not going to be able to catch this Renato because, again, 30 seconds off the hook, you're literally invincible practically, so I'm just going to go for this hook instead, and now I have someone dead on hook. I went from 0 hooks at 2 gens left to now having everyone hooked once and 1 person is dead on hook. And check out this friend's value right here. I'm going to be able to see that there's someone healing in the basement. So now I get to walk my ass over with my little 10% haste and down her, and of course this is my obsession. So this is great for me because now I'm going to be getting that 20% haste, I'm going to be getting that undetectable, and we can keep trying to look for downs. However, unfortunately though, it's not going to work out very well for me, as these 6 hooks are pretty much going to be the end of my killing spree for now, as I'm going to walk over here and not go right enough like a complete idiot and be like, oh, where's the person I saw here? Well, you probably passed wrong, you fucking moron. So yeah, That's pretty much going to be the end of my killing spree for now, but still, I cannot iterate this enough. I cannot reiterate this enough, man. One usage of Evil Incarnate mode has gotten me 6 hooks and froze their generator progress completely because they couldn't afford to do gens. I was hooking too many people. I was trying to break that wall before it ended, but unlucky. They couldn't do gens because I was just hooking so many people. They constantly had to be going for the rescue. They constantly had to heal. It was just rough for them. So anyway, I'm going to be able to find this guy. He's injured, which is great for me because now I can get another hook. And now I have someone else that on hook as well. And again, like I said earlier, man, like now I have just clawed my way back to a position where I can actually win this game now. Like, it's not free by any means because they only have 2 gens left, but it's looking good. So I've got 2 people, or at least 1 person on the hook. The other one has their hook status obscured. And now I'm going to take the worst approach angle of all time. I should have approached from the big-ass gate that was open, but instead I kicked down the wall like a complete idiot. And I dropped down, thinking that she also dropped down. So please ignore my complete and total dumbasseries there. That was a completely free down. I was undetectable. I could have just approached from the opposite angle instead of breaking the wall, and she wouldn't have heard me coming at all, and I would have just gotten the free down right there. So I played that like a complete idiot. I'm going to go into Stalker mode here, but of course she's going to hear me coming, so she's going to have a good heads up. And yeah, I mean, I just played this like a complete moron. Don't do what I did. That was a free down, kids. Anyway, I'm going to break this pallet, making this, excuse me, making this loop a lot worse for her, and she's just going to run away, and I'm going to be able to get my entire power back off this. Very, very nice stuff. So, I've got Evil Incarnate ready to go yet again, which is great. And this is nice because 2 of them have now healed, so I'm going to be able to get some value out of this. Speaking of people who have just healed, I'll be able to find Renato here, and I'm going to get some pallets out of the way here. So I'll go ahead and pop my tier 3 as he just drops this, and I will take that gladly. And here I'm going to make yet another stupid play, and I'm going to go for the lunge here, thinking that I can get it in time, when I was never going to get that in time. Should have just waited until he dropped the pallet, did the fast kick just like that, and he wouldn't have made it to another loop. But luckily, this girl really screws up. Renato ends up taking the hit for her because she's dead on hook, and if they lose someone right now, the game could be over. So he ends up taking the hit for her, so I get the insta-down on him, and now I can go ahead and hook him, get a stack of pop, and I will be kicking this gen right next to the hook because, well, it's right next to the hook, and I might as well set it back some progress, right? So, put him back up on the hook. I will get a very nice kick onto this generator, and I get some more aura reveal thanks to friends, so I'll go ahead and walk my ass all the way over there. However, I will find someone else as I'm walking. So, I know that she's around this corner, so I'm still an Evil Incarnate, thanks to the reset from the Tombstone add-on, so down she goes, and just like that, I have everyone now back to being injured, man. I'm telling you, it's just so much pressure. Like, I've already used all my Grim Embrace stacks, and I only have 2 Scourge hooks left, but still, like, just the pressure of having everyone injured, the pressure of constantly chaining downs, chaining hooks, people having to go for unhooks is just so much pressure onto the survivors. She's going to give me this pallet here, which is fine by me, and we're going to get... Well, I don't even end up getting this down. We're just going to have to get even more pallets out of the way, because that's how many are on this damn map. So look, pallet... Remember the beginning of the game where I went through like 5 pallets? Look. That's pallet number 2. Here comes pallet number 3. It just never ends, man. I'm going to go for a lunge here. Obviously not going to get it. I should have approached from the other angle, but oh well. Going to get a kick on this. That's pallet number 3. And I will keep walking. As she leads me over to pallet number 4, my Evil Incarnate will run out, but that's fine. I'm just trying to get as many pallets out of the way. I nod, knowing exactly what I'm doing here. I will get a good third of my stock meter off of that as they pop another gen, so at this point I'm like, okay, well, if I can't get this down, which I can't because there's another pallet here, I'm just going to go ahead and get this pallet out of the way, and let's drop chase now. So, I will switch back into Stalker mode now in just a second because I hear them working on a gen upstairs, and somehow, some way, they didn't anticipate me coming. If you ever hear Myers' tear radius disappear all of a sudden like that, it spells bad news. So I'm going to get an absolutely huge surprise on these guys, and me getting this double down is just absolutely massive, because now the other survivor has to go and pick up one of these guys, as I can just kill one of them now. So, yeah, it's not looking good, man. 1 gen left, and this is going to be 2 dead. I have really just somehow managed to claw back because I just snowballed so unbelievably hard. Again, in that mid-game, man, it was just so rough for them. They couldn't do any gens, man. They just had to be constantly worrying about healing, constantly worrying about saving their teammates from the hook, because I was just playing so unbelievably aggressively. I'm going to be able to make it to this pallet, or make it to her before she gets to the pallet. And here I consider slugging her to down Renato first, but I just decided, you know what, man, if he gets hatched, he gets hatched. And that actually is exactly what ends up happening as I play like a complete idiot here for the third time in this game. I see his aura, and I go over to the aura, and I'm like, okay, so you're over here. Listen closely. He just passed by my left. You heard him injured. I didn't. Like an idiot. So now I have to circle back because I realized that he just played me. And now also hatch spawned exactly where I just passed. So yeah, pretty unfortunate there. But hey, I will take a 3K where I should have gone none. So yeah, crazy build, man.